blazing, give me something to burn. Set me loose like a fire blazing, you're never gonna wait my turn. Light me up till the morning, you see the danger in my eyes. I fight each battle like a warrior, and from the ashes I will rise. Light me up.
So as far as pickups and guitars and everything, we recorded everything on Sean's guitar. All the stacks, the layers, and then we have two separate acoustic guitars that are back in my studio that we track just with the regular SM57. So we went his guitar, mic'd the Vox, and into the Pro Tools.
So we recorded all the guitars for Invincible on this custom green thin line Telecaster. And this is my baby. Love this guitar, and I love the vintage tones that it offers. I usually play in the bridge position here for most of the riffs, and then I'll switch it up to the neck position for the lead so I can get that really, really clean high gain sound. And this all goes into my pedal board. I've got a lot of more analog sounding distortion pedals and saturation. I'm not really the biggest fan of digital style distortion. I definitely prefer analog, more old school, and that's why I love Vox amps. And for this kind of modern rock, stomp rock thing, I really think it's necessary to kind of tap into those older sounds. As far as where I actually plug my guitar into my Vox amp, I plug it into the top boost channel. I think that sounds the best for what I'm doing, and when I play these riffs, I can shake the house. One of the things that I find so amazing about the Vox amp is the versatility of the amp, and it really, you can get any sound that you want out of it. And when we were recording Invincible, we really experimented dialing in like the perfect amount of saturation coming into the console, and then I let this guy take it over once it gets into Pro Tools, and we add the little extra sauce in the recording process.
Yeah, I think as far as the mixing the amp is really like, it's very minimal. Keeping it short and sweet, pulling just a little bit of highs back a little bit, pulling off some of the lows, rounding them off, and then ducking the mids, and it sounds great. It's, like he said, it's very versatile, and you can pull different types of tones and sounds out of the same recording in many different ways. So recording the guitars for Invincible, we recorded all of our guitars through the AC30 in an ISO booth, mic'd up with the SM57, running straight to the Apollo, which connects straight to Pro Tools. From there, it's more about mixing for cleanliness. We have a ton of stacks. I think we have like 8 stacks of guitars and 4 acoustic guitars. Like, it's a lot of guitars. So being that, we have to maximize our cleanliness. Not too much of the wild distortion. We keep the distortion to a minimum, but still has that energy, still has that influx that we need to bring energy to the track. So I think just the power of the AC30 is really about, you know, like you said earlier, is versatility and being able to use the same amp for different sounds that can stack on top of each other cleanly.
So as far as playing out live with an AC30 or any Vox amp, I always just keep an eye on my volume and make sure I'm not overpowering somebody else, or if it's a small venue, you don't want to crank it up too loud or it's just going to be the Sean show. And so what you should always
a bad thing though.
Yeah, it's not always a bad thing.
Like to be loud and play loud, right?
Yeah, but it's not always all about you. And I guess my point is just be aware of the venue that you're playing in, and every different venue has different acoustics, different live band setup. So just really make sure when you're dialing stuff in that you do it at the venue. And that's really the only way to tell if it's gonna really hit in the venue.
Bye.